The first way that you can build your credit is through a car loan, okay? I do not recommend this for most young people, okay? Older people, they have their careers set up. They really need reliable transportation. So they might need a more expensive vehicle that can get them from point A to point B safely and reliably, okay? For most people under the age of 30, I can't stress this enough, unless it's a very, very small loan, try your absolute hardest to buy cars used. Buy cars on Craigslist. Have somebody go vet the car if you're not a car person. Take it to a mechanic. Take it to somewhere before you buy it and pay cash. Try to pay cash, whether it's a $2,000 car, a $4,000 car. If you're paying cash for bad cars, but they last you 2 years, you're gonna save money and you're not gonna have the headache of interest payments. So I don't recommend this for everyone to get a loan. I think having as little debt as possible is always the best scenario. But the reality is a lot of people are gonna get car payments. I got a car payment and I'm in that cycle right now. But if you are gonna get a car loan, then you will be able to establish your credit. The first tip with getting a car loan, if you have no credit, is just realize the first time it is gonna be a high interest rate, and it's just like part of the game. You know what I mean? The first part of the game is you are going to be in the back and you have to pay a little bit extra, okay? The second thing, make sure you go and you find out what financial institution is claiming your loan, okay? There are really reputable banks and credit unions that will give you great rates or the best rates, and they just have a track record for being very forthright and very long lasting, okay, in the community. And you don't want to align yourself with a financial institution that does shady practices, because that could screw you over credit wise. It could screw you over just in the long haul. And it's going to lead to you having more pain and suffering and more stress with the car loan process, okay? Third thing, if you are gonna get a car loan, buy the cheapest car loan you can so that the bulk of your money isn't going towards your car, okay? You wanna pay it off as quick as possible, and you want to, the loan dollar has to be as low as possible. So think 10,000, 12,000, keep it in that low 10,000s. That way you can pay it off quickly. You can pay it off in 2 years versus like if you get a $50,000 truck, it's gonna be a 5 to 7 year payment. And now you're stuck in that truck for 7 years. And if anything goes wrong with it, you're just kind of shit out of luck. Okay, so you want to have a low payment dollar. That's not gonna help with your credit, but it's just gonna help with your sanity and your budget. And this is a misconception about loans that has to do with credit, but paying it off faster doesn't help your credit. You gain credit for just showing that you're making payments. So if you're making payments on the loan for 2 years, if it's a 2-year loan, it's not necessarily gonna help your credit to pay it off in 1 year. That's gonna show 1 year worth of payments, and that 1 year worth of payments will definitely help your credit. But paying it off quicker just helps with your finances, helps with not paying as much in interest. But in general, you paying each month is what's showing the credit history, and that's what's gonna build it with a car loan. The second way that you can build credit is a line of credit, okay? Once again, most people, I would not recommend this. This is basically like having a loan, but it's revolving. So think about like you have $300 in your account, but this is fake money, okay? A line of credit is basically like you're paying a monthly interest rate on this $300 if you use any of it. So I run out of money, so I need to make a $20 payment to Netflix. So I use this line of credit, and next month it doesn't go back to 300. As long as it's sitting there at 280, because you just used the $20, you'll be paying interest on that $20, okay? A lot of businesses use these tools, okay? For normal people who are just establishing their credit, I would never recommend getting a line of credit. But it is a tool that you can use, and for a lot of people, it's kind of the third or fourth step in the credit building game. I have a line of credit. I never really even touch it. It doesn't help me at all. But I started it because I have a business, and then because I knew that there might be a moment where I need it. And so I wanted to have that prepared for myself just in case I needed it for that business. Number 3, I think that's a 3. Yeah, number 3, credit cards, okay? Credit cards are single-handedly the most dangerous and best way to establish your credit, okay? The reason that they're the most dangerous is because it's really easy to abuse, okay? You know, if you have $1,000 limit on your credit card, but you don't have that $1,000 in the bank, you can set yourself up for failure really easy by just going on 1 shopping spree or 2 shopping sprees and not remembering that you did that, and then not having the money because your bills are due at the same time your credit card is due, and now there's an extra $1,000 that you didn't think about. So if you're gonna get a credit card, please take caution, and please do not use this for your shopping. Do not use this for your groceries. Do not use this. You have to use it for one thing. And that thing has to be a very low payment. Whatever that might be, has to be part of your normal life, and it has to be something you already have the money to pay for, but you're choosing to use a credit card just to help your credit, okay? I'm gonna give you guys my best example, but you can do this with anything. So you're gonna go down and you're gonna apply for a credit card. Regardless of the interest rate, it doesn't matter. You're not gonna pay any interest if you follow these steps. So you're gonna get the credit card. What you're gonna do is you're going to use this credit card every month for one thing, okay? What I use my credit cards for is gas. No matter where you are in America, you're probably driving somewhere, okay? And if you're driving, you have to pay for gas. Everybody does this. You know, it's something we don't even think about as a calculation in our budget because gas is just inevitable. And it's usually gonna be the same for most people, or for each individual, it's gonna be the same every month because you drive to work. When you use a credit card for gas, you basically take care of that payment that was gonna already happen, and you're able to establish credit, okay? The way that I maxed out my credit score is literally just by using the bare minimum on my credit card for this payment I was gonna make already. I already had the money for, and then you pay it off immediately, okay? You don't wait till that payment is due. Literally, while I'm sitting there in the gas station, I finish pumping my gas and I immediately hop in my car, I jump on my banking app and I pay it off. And it doesn't matter if you do 1 transaction, 5 transactions, you automatically, if you're just doing a transaction once every 6 months, once every month, it doesn't matter. You're helping your credit. And this is something that's so simple. It's like, you know, you could do it for groceries. You could do it for gas. It just has to be something basic that you're always going to be paying anyways. And through that, you will build credit in a very, very simple way. Where you're going to screw yourself is if you are maxing out your credit card. If you have $1,000 limit and you spend $1,000 on that thing, one, it's going to be really difficult to pay it off all in full. And if you're not paying it off all in full, you are going to be accumulating interest, and then it's just going to stack and compound on top of itself. And this is what keeps a lot of people in debt. But if you really are just using it for your fast food or just using it for one thing like that, it's really easy to pay off. You're going to pay it off immediately, so you're not racking up a balance, and you're making the game work for you. Okay, so that is the number one way I would recommend, but you have to tread with caution. Okay, you can't pretend that you're better than other people, and that, you know, most of the time when we're swiping a card, we're not thinking about the accumulating cost that's accruing, because we just assume the card's going to go through. And with credit cards, it'll almost always go through until you max it out. So when you have kind of pre-programmed yourself to say, I only use this card for gas, or I only use this card to pay my car insurance, like one thing, you know what I mean? That will keep it safe and keep it way under your max. And then when you pay it off right away, you will never, ever, ever accumulate any interest, but you will still build that credit. That is what I would recommend. The fourth way that you can build your credit is called a secured credit card, okay? Now, a credit card is something that you already have credit, just a little bit of credit, and you are able to go and apply. Some banks are really nice, and if you have zero credit, they will actually do have programs for you. But let's say your credit is really, really messed up, or you're at a financial institution that won't give a credit card to somebody with a 0 credit score, okay? There's something called a secured credit card. what a secured credit card is you offering up your own money as the credit, okay? So let me break this down a little bit for you. Let's say I'm a financial institution and I'm offering you a secured credit card. They will have a required minimum, okay? It's usually a very small amount of money, $200, $300, okay? Most people have $300 that they could do this with if they really, really saved. You're offering up this $300 and it's gonna sit in an account that you will get back once the secured credit card's over, okay? So that $300 is safe, okay? And basically they're going to give you a credit card that is built on that $300. So every credit card has a max limit. You know, it could be $1,000, it could be $1,500, it could be a lot of money, but this $300 is gonna be your limit and it's your money. So the bank has no risk, okay? And there's no way you'll get denied for this because you're literally offering up your own money and it's a credit building tool, okay? So what will happen most of the time with these secured credit cards is you're trying to fix your credit in this situation. You're trying to build that initial credit. So the second your credit is good enough to get a regular credit card, they will usually give you your $300 back and just send you, or they will offer you a better credit card product that they have. And once you get to that point, then your credit's gonna go through the roof. But this is the best tool, in my opinion, for people who don't want the risk of credit cards that have a high balance. They don't have good credit. They screwed it up like I screwed mine up. And, or it also could be someone with zero credit that is just trying to establish that credit. All right, just to recap, we have 4 ways you can build credit. 1, a loan. 2, a line of credit. 3, a credit card. 4, a secured credit card, okay? If I could go back, this is what I would do. If I could do it all over. You can't really start building credit unless you're 18, okay? That's kind of the starting point in America. And unless you have a parent who's basically gonna put you on one of their products, either way, those people aren't for these videos, okay? They're gonna have great credit because their parents set them up, okay? For all of us normal people, at 18, what I would personally do is I would go down with $200 that I made from Jamba Juice or whatever part-time job you're working, and I would set up a secured credit card at 18, and I would use this once a month at 7-Eleven. Like when I was 18, I was going and buying snacks, doing, you know, just degenerate shit. I would go down and buy one transaction for like $4 on this secured credit card at 18, and I would do this once a month. And in 6 months, you're gonna have a 680 credit score at least, and they're gonna offer you a better product, okay? Now, they're gonna be offering you a higher max, they're gonna be offering you, now you can do one of 2 things. You could take that offer, or you could just stick with your secured credit card. Personally, me, if I had all the information I had, I would just take the better credit card, and then I would just continue to do the same thing. As long as my budget was low at a part-time job, I would just keep buying that one transaction at 7-Eleven or, you know, at McDonald's, whatever it is that you might frequent. Just do one transaction though. After that one transaction's done and it's paid off right away, then I'm just using cash and I'm using my actual bank account. I'm not gonna stretch it with that card. And then what I would do is once I had that other card, I would do the same thing. It's gonna build your credit faster because it's just a more verified credit card source. And yeah, I would just keep doing that until I had a great credit score. And then when you wanna go for a loan product, or then when you have more money and you can afford to have a house payment, you're gonna get the best credits, or you're gonna get the best interest rate possible. And when you get that best interest rate possible, you're paying less money to the government, you're paying less money in taxes, you're gonna pay less money to these financial institutions that are making money off you because you have bad credit. And there you have it. That's the beginner's guide to building credit. I'm gonna be talking about a ton more finance tips, things that are gonna be very practical. I tried to make this as simple as possible for the people who are beginners or for the people that have already messed it up and need to fix their credit. Don't be afraid to comment or DM me and ask questions that are, you know, oh, maybe I didn't understand this part of the video. Can you elaborate on this part? I would love to talk to all you guys about how to help you guys with credit and how to just give you that information one-on-one. I'll respond to all y'all, of course. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram at CodesBarrett. CODESBARRETT. And yeah, I'm gonna be doing a ton more videos. If you guys wouldn't mind, please like and subscribe. Feel free to share this video on all platforms. I'm gonna be uploading videos every single day on all these topics in my life, all the things that I'm passionate about. I want y'all to have a blessed day, and please, please, please start building your credit today. Have a good one.